offended you because I didn't talk about a lot of money. Well, just for you, what is your name?
Byron.
Claire, Stan Kastleman. Nice to meet you. I'm going to show you a lot of money. Manna? Okay, I'm going to do that in just a bit. All right. Actually, that's what I'm going to start with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a lot of different dynamics. And guys, it's about questions. I want you to know what you need to know to be a part of this amazing organization. This is not blah, 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 blah. This is the real thing. That's why I'm here. I flew in this tin can for like 16 hours. Anyway. Have to hit myself over the head for, well, anyway. And if you had any idea how much I detest flying, you'd understand. Anyway, so here we are. Let's get busy and let's take this thing out for a spin and do what we need to do. You all with me? All right. Let's talk about the money for a second. And I apologize, I also forgot my little goodie here. All right. Talk about the compensation plan. Because isn't that important? Yes. Okay. There are so many companies out there. And guys, again, I promised when I started that I'd be very candid and direct. So I'm going to continue that promise, or I'm going to make that promise good. I'm not going to give you garbage. I'm not going to give you data garbage or whatever you want to call it that other companies, not every company, there's some wonderful companies out there. But what I'm talking about is companies that, are legitimate, life-changing things from a financial standpoint. What are we doing?
My people talking online.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, let's kill everybody online. Oh, here we go. Okay. Thank you. All right. You're not going to get any baloney. You're going to get the real deal. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good. See, I'll make you guys into Americans. Got this. Kidding. All right. This is about you. And I don't want to leave this building without every person in this room information that you need. Fair deal?
Right.
And I can probably do it in 2 hours, so let's go. First thing is the money. This part that I'm going to share with you is a compensation plan that we developed for Manna that is unlike any other compensation plan out there. Do you know why? Because it actually pays you money.
Yeah.
Where are you, Debbie? Hey, Debbie, where are you? Debbie, I'm just going to have you stand up for a second. I asked you a question on a webinar over the past 2 weeks, if you don't mind. And I know you don't mind me picking on you. But I asked you a specific question as a professional healer in Australia. I asked you the question, what attracted you to Manna and what did you like about it? What did you tell me?
I originally said that Manna is very generous. It keeps taking a lot of steps toward you before you have to take a step toward it. And that actually, when it came around time to get paid, I got this massive payment compared to other companies where I was getting $9 checks. So I was actually really surprised. Within 20-something days, I got quite a big payment. Really surprising.
Anybody else have that experience here? Can you stand up for me, just so people can see you? Okay. So, are you folks, were you involved in any other, keep standing for a moment, were you ever involved in any other network marketing company where you didn't get paid? Okay, for those of you who did, sit down, and for those of you, for those of you who didn't get paid, keep standing. For those of you who did, sit down. So, same people. No one got paid. Okay? Thank you. When we created Manna, We created it for you. We created it for distributors. Why? Because we knew the baloney that was out there, and we didn't want to stand for the baloney. From the compensation standpoint, has anybody ever heard the term breakage in network marketing? Okay? Hey, let me explain what breakage is. And there's probably a target right now on my back from the whole industry because they don't want me to talk about this. Why? Because this is one of the dirty little secrets, but I don't really care. Breakage is the difference between what is scheduled to be paid through a compensation plan, what they talk about. Oh, you can make all this money, blah, 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 blah. And what you actually get paid. Okay? Where do you think that difference goes? Can anybody tell me?
In the director's pocket.
Not in our pockets, but it goes to somebody's pockets, right? It goes to the company's pockets, wherever that is, right? I personally don't think that's right. Do you? No. Do you?
No.
I don't.
The workers should share.
That's right. So what we did was we created the most generous compensation plan out there, truly, that actually pays what it says it's going to pay. That's the important part. Y'all with me on that? Breakage is a factor in any network marketing company, even in Manna. Why? Would you all agree that not every person on the earth does what they say and does what they commit to do? So, hi, I'm going to be a Manna distributor, and I'm not going to do anything. Well, should they get paid? No. Well, what happens to what they should have gotten paid but didn't because they, Are we entitled to, kind of keep that? Who's going to get it, right? Well, let me explain what that means. The typical company out there, the amount of breakage that they have is 42%. That means 42 cents out of every dollar that's supposed to get paid to you, and all of you doesn't. It comes back to the company. That's just wrong. I'm sorry. That's just wrong. We calculated our breakage to be less than 10%. Do you know the amount of aggravation that we got off of that? What I mean by that is, people from other companies called us, you can't tell everybody about breakage and so on. You're going to hurt the whole industry. I said, you're crazy. It's not people. There's no industry without the people. So get over yourselves. What we did was we lowered the qualifications that people need to have to earn a living. What did we do? We decreased it by 50%. Well, that's a big number, don't you agree? That's a big number. Here's why. Typically in network marketing, people only acquire 2 new distributors, right? But 90% of the qualifications of network marketing companies, you need 3.
Yes.
So what happens? You don't get paid. Money goes back to the directors and to the founders and all that other stuff. Okay. That's just wrong. People look at us, and I met with a group of CEOs of network marketing companies and go, you can't exist. You can't survive on 10% breakage. You know what I said to them? Watch me. You know why? Because there's a gentleman by the name of Rick Moore, M-O-O-R-E, Rick. Rick is a personal friend of mine for the past 20 years. Rick is the CFO of Manna. Rick Moore was the original CFO of a company called Home Depot. Some of you might have heard of it. The largest building company in the world. They're not here. He also, he also started a company called the Sports Authority, one of the 5 top sports companies in the world, as in apparel and equipment, all that jazz. he borrowed $17 million from a gentleman by the name of Mitt Romney and gave him $182 million back 3 years later. Okay? This is the guy that sits there going through the numbers and doing what we need to do every single day. Okay? He looks at this and he goes, okay, we're going to run this company not like a network marketing company, because we'll be gone in 5 years, but by a real business with real business principles and all the components that go along with it. Does that make sense? Because what happens with most network marketing companies, they implode, they go away. Especially you guys get hit so hard here from another company from Utah, another company from Utah. I hear this all the time. Okay? We know this. Because I sit right in the middle of the biggest concentration of network marketing companies in the world. So I know what you're talking about. So I go ahead and we look at this and we say, okay, we're going to run this business for real, as a real business. So we don't rely on breakage, because all the other network marketing companies, because they're spending so much money on jets and this and that and garbage, we don't. We spend it on you. Here's what you're going to see here in a minute. How we spend the money on you, or how not spend, but give the money to you. That's a better way of putting it. Okay? So this is where it all starts, by paying you what you deserve. There's 6 ways that you make money in Manna. There's 2 different departments. Department number 1, which is the compensation plan. Department number 2, we've augmented the payout to you by bonus pools. What is a bonus pool? A bonus pool is additional money outside of the compensation plan that we just give. Each of these 3 bonus pools are 2.5% of the sales of the company, Manna, guys, on a global basis. Not just in Australia, not just in Australasia, but globally. Is that more money than just segmented? Yeah, it is. So you get, that type of a bonus. Okay? There's a bunch of people in this room that have achieved this bonus. Bonus pool number 1. If you've achieved bonus pool number 1 in Manna, can you stand up for a second? Okay. Cool. Let me ask you a question. Do any of you guys know how you did it?
No.
Not a one of you. You know why? Because that's how we designed it. Not to keep it a secret, because I'm going to show you exactly how it works. But who cares, as long as the money gets paid. That's the concept behind it. Now, there's a gentleman right here in the second row that I'm going to have stand up for a minute, because he's achieved bonus pool number 2. How much was that little tab that you got the other day?
$2,200.
$2,200 in addition to
US.
yeah, thank you. Sorry. It has nothing to do with me, guys. I'm sorry. Yes. $2,200 in addition to everything else. Thank you, Michael. Now, how did he do it? He helped other people achieve the success of bonus pool number 1. If you're in Michael's group and you've achieved bonus pool number 1, can you stand up for just 1 second? Yeah, he helped these people. Thank you. So you kind of get the drift. Let's get into this, because I really want you to understand what's going on here. Quick start bonuses. What does that mean? That means you go ahead and find somebody that wants product, that wants to get involved, that wants to get healthier, okay? Either somebody that wants to be just a customer, just to use the product, or somebody that wants to be a distributor and help other people. Either way, it doesn't matter. We treat everybody the same. You achieve a 50% commission or bonus for the entire month of that person, not you, which is what every other company does, but 50% of whatever that person acquires in their first calendar month. So somebody might buy $300 on the second of the month. They like the product, they'll buy another $300. 50% of that's, 50% of 300 is 150, and another 150 is $300 for the month. That's kind of cool. Does that make sense? Okay. It's kind of a generous quick start bonus. It's simple, straightforward. Now we did something unique that no one's ever figured out. Well, I'm sure somebody's figured it out, but no one's ever done it. How many people in this room either are some sort of holistic healer or know a holistic healer, or a personal trainer, or a massage therapist, or a chiropractor, or a naturopath, or anything like that? Okay, you guys get the drift. This particular category of healers and people, would you agree or disagree with this statement, are not the best business people. Okay, so we kind of have to help them just a tad. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. So, what we did is we installed an artificial first level. What does that mean? No one knows but us because we just did this. Where retail sales, what does that mean? That does not mean anything to do with any kind of distributor. That means somebody that's a user of a product that just wants the product for their own use. Does that make sense? So, let's just say, who knows a massage therapist? Anybody? Okay, massage therapist, I love this example because I have one in our building that I used to work on me. She was leaned over a sink, and I don't know if it was pain or what, but I found out she was tired. I ran over, got some greens, put 2 scoops, shaky, shaky, drinky, drinky. An hour later, she comes to my office and says, oh my gosh, I've never felt this good in my entire life. Give me 2 jars. So I gave her 2 jars. A couple days later, guess what? Somebody shows up in the office and goes, I need some of the stuff that Judy got. I said, okay. Next day, same thing. This went on for weeks. After a few weeks, she had 75 people on product. Now, this was prior to Manna. This was during the Doc Flowers, pre-existence, shall we say. And there's no financial remuneration for her. A couple months later, we opened up Manna in the States. I sat her down and I said, give me $44, and I'm going to give you a lot of money. Okay. So what happened was we went ahead and we sat down and I showed her. She says, oh my gosh, as these people need another jar next month or whatever it is, I actually get 50% of that $80. I go, okay. She was excited. Okay. So in about 30 days or so, she had 50 some odd people on product. Okay. She picked up $2,800. Is that okay in a month's time? Yeah, it was awesome. And she had a residual income each month because they were on auto ship where they kept buying the product. Each month she had a residual income of about somewhere around the neighborhood of about $700. Okay? Not a lot of money, but guess what? It paid her rent in the building for her massage therapy. Not a big deal, but helpful. Well, here's what happened. A normal company would never have paid her a cent. You know why?
She didn't distribute.
She didn't have distributors. She didn't build an organization. We say baloney to that. We say it a little bit stronger in the States, but I'm being nice. We don't believe in that. We want to shove every dollar into people's pockets, okay? So what happened was this gal got paid. And she did not have to build an organization because, regardless of any qualifications, if you're acquiring retail customers, there's no qualifications. All right. So, is that a unique situation? Absolutely. Unilevel payout. Simple, straightforward. You get paid 4.25% residually on your entire organization, as wide as it may be, and 12 levels deep. Let me break it down.
Yeah, keep liking the gay stuff.
All right. I only did it this way because it's simple. Don't worry, your eyes are not playing tricks. It is actually worked out. All right. To get paid 4 levels deep, because would you all agree there's going to be some people that are going to build a small organization, and there's going to be other people that are going to build one, right?
Yeah.
Larger one. So we don't want to make it too complicated. We want to put things in perspective to help people in the way they need to be helped. So don't give out too. Don't make it too complicated if you're not going to utilize it, right? So let's say you build an organization only 4 levels deep. You need to sponsor 2 distributors and acquire 3 customers with a minimum of $59 on auto ship or total customer sales volume of $350. Now guys, how many people in this room are buying $350 just for their family and themselves? You know, there's a lot of folks. So you just need one of those people and you're good to go 4 levels deep. Does that make sense? Is this clear?
Yeah.
All right. Simple thing is, it continues from there. To get paid 8 levels deep, you need to add 1 more distributor, sponsor 1 more person, and instead of $350, it's $550. Not too difficult to do to get paid 8 levels deep. Okay? Wish I had my little remote. Anyway, to get paid all the way down, 12 levels deep, you need to acquire a total of 4 distributors. Not 4 more, not 4 per month, total. Keep 4 healthy people, keep pumping them full of greens, they're good to go, right? And $959 in retail sales volume. Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can get 10 customers at $59, which is less money, but sometimes it's more difficult to get that many customers than it is a couple big ones. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It just depends. I mean, there's a lot of people that spend $1,000 a month on product because they need to, because they're family. All right. So that's how the Unilevel payout works. Let's go to the bonus pools. Bonus pool number 1. I'm going to keep it simple. Don't worry about this. Just download it, read it a couple times. It will sink in. It took me a long time to figure it out. It's going to take a couple readings for you to figure out. Notwithstanding, you heard me ask the people who achieved these bonuses, do they have any idea how they got it? The answer was no. So it doesn't matter, we pay it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. When you go ahead and sponsor 3 eligible distributors who each have a minimum of personal sales volume of $59, basically, guys, it means get that first tier qualification. Go back to the compensation plan, just look at that first tier. Help 3 people get that. You get that yourself, you're in bonus pool number 1. Is that simple? Any question on that? Good. Let's go to bonus pool number 2. Here's when money gets fun. Bonus pool number 2 is when you've helped 3 people effectively get bonus pool number 1, you get bonus pool number 2. Now, are there going to be more or less people in the pool of bonus pool number 2 than bonus pool number 1?
Yes.
Less, because it's, more qualification, more work, more diligence, more stuff, right? So, is it going to be more money?
Yeah.
Michael, when you hit bonus pool number 1, how much was that?
So small.
I know.
One.
One, how much was that? $500 some odd dollars for bonus pool number 1, $2,000 in bonus pool, $2,200 in bonus pool number 2, because there's less people dividing it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that a calendar month or is that what time frame?
Yes. Well, you mean, do you need to do it in a calendar month? What's the question?
Is it 30 days from when you start?
To get, no, anytime. We're not the normal company. We want to shove it through you guys. It doesn't matter. You guys get this. I have a lot of network marketing professionals. People that make, this is my qualification, that have 10 to 20,000 people in their organization make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month in network marketing. They ask me these questions and they pound and pound and pound with these questions. I said, let me make it simple. Here's how I will answer every single question, and here's the result of those questions. Okay? And that is, any question you have relative to being a distributor, it's always going to be in your favor as a distributor and not in the company. Guys, have you ever heard that before?
No.
No, because it doesn't exist. But you made me all promise that if you haven't seen it, you're going to tune in to the 11 Commandments, watch it, and you'll understand why we do that. Because it's about you. It's about taking you to that whole nother place and changing that to them. Okay? So, bonus pool number 2. Very simple, straightforward. Let's go to bonus pool number 3, because this is where it gets kind of fun. No one's done this before, to my knowledge. Bonus pool number 3. You can get 5 people, 5 distributors in your organization direct to you that you've brought in, not throughout your organization. You qualify effectively to the same it's always going to be that tier 1, because 3 people and customers and so on, it's always going to tie into that. You go get 1,000 people in your organization. When I say 1,000 people, I mean distributors. Y'all with me on that one? You go get 1,000 distributors with a total of $177,000 in sales, right? If you figure that out, it's 3 customers at $59. Same qualifications remain all the way through. So if you're just building the stuff directly, that's how it works. Okay? You get your bonus pool number 3. Now, are there going to be less people in bonus pool number 3?
Yes.
Okay, you look at a $2,000 bonus pool number 2, it's closer to 10 in bonus pool number 3. Is that okay? How many people would fire their bosses with $10,000 extra a month? Okay, good. So we're on the right page. Okay. Now, we did something unique and different. Here's what we did. You get this bonus pool. You have to listen to this one because this is awesome. This is particularly no. This part here is really, really cool. So I want you to focus on this one. My board of directors wanted to slit my throat on this one. These are the same guys that hid my passport. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. There are ways to come to Australia. All right. So what we did, or what I did, because I forced this on it, was this. If you go get when you go get 1,000 people and you get this bonus, right? You're going to like it, right? It's a good chunk of dough. I don't want to give it to you one time. I want to give it to you twice. So you get it for the month that you qualify and the next month. No one's ever done that. Now, well, yeah. No, I don't mean no one's ever done it. People collect it, but I mean no company's ever put that out there. That's what I mean. Here's my theory. You have 1,000 people in your organization, right? 1,000 people. 1,000 people. Not a lot of people. How many people you have? No, distributors, but total customers about. That's it? No, we got a lot more.
Sorry.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, we gotta talk about this. Yeah, give me a couple days. All right. Anyway, my mistake. Michael, how many people do you have in your organization?
302.
Say it again.
302.
302 people in weeks. Okay? We're kicking away at that 1,000, aren't we? All right. If you get, when you get 1,000 people in your organization, right? You think you can help a few people get one person each? If you had 1,000 people, could you kind of work with each one of them, not individually, but collectively, and each of them get another person in a month or two? Right? Well, this is the only bonus pool that you can re-up on. You can get it over and over again. The other two, one time only. This one goes on infinitum.
Wow.
I'll let that set in just for a second.
You can kind of see where your CFO is coming from, can't you?
Oh, he wanted to kill me on this one. But I wanted to do it because I want to make sure people grow and continue and so on. And that's what this thing does. Any question on that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Let's move on. Okay. Ranks mean nothing. Guys, please don't call the office or send an email saying, why do I say inactive, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Because this is only programmed into the back end of our system for one purpose only. When we go ahead and do, I'm really going to say this publicly. When we go do the rah-rah stuff and have big events and so on, we're going to parade people across the stage for the purposes of one thing and one thing only. It's all customer concentric, meaning how many people are you helping? How many people are you helping? How many people are you helping? Y'all with me?
Yeah.
So it's just, it doesn't mean anything. There's no financial implication whatsoever on that. Y'all with me, right? All right. Cool. Let's see. Into the bye-bye. All right. I'm going to keep it simple. This is just a little spreadsheet to show you what this really is. A jar of greens is $80. Y'all with me on that? A jar of guts is $30. How much is 30 and 80? It's actually $109.95, but let's just round it up. If you take $109.90 at 4.25% and just get 2 people, because that's all you need to get, right? 2 people. You're going to get a whopping $9.34, which is more than most companies ever pay anybody. And then go get brain surgery. It's simple, straightforward stuff. Do the stuff, and let's get busy, right? Is that simple and straightforward? It is. Guys, that's what this is based on. Now, what would happen if instead of introducing 2 people, you introduced a 3rd? And then another one, another. What would happen to this spreadsheet? It would go insane. I don't show it because the numbers are insane. These are numbers that people can digest by simply putting in a relatively small number. It's a big number, but a relatively small number. Now, how many, let me show you how this works in real life, okay? Because I need to take it from the spreadsheet to real life. Would you all agree that everybody in here, each and every one of you, have a magic number that you know financially? How many people would agree with that? I need to see some armpits. I mean, all right, everybody in this room has a magic number. If you know it, I know it. So, you know, simple. So, can somebody just, I'm going to turn around so I don't know who you are, just spit out a magic, 2 people spit out a magic number, whatever it is, that they need financially, that they want.
Per week or
Per month, I'm sorry, we do, sorry. I always do my calculations per month. So per month. Anybody?
100 grand.
Whoa. Now guys, seriously, I'm just going to make this statement. There are 7 people that I've trained in New South Wales that are living in New South Wales, not in Manna, in other companies, okay, that make a substantial living. They make about $250,000 to about $450,000 per month. And the products and stuff is nowhere near Manna. So much. How many people can, let's keep it simple. I'm talking reality. I don't want to blow smoke. Huh? 12 grand. How about 5? 10. 5. Let's do 5. I'll tell you what. Let's do 5, let's do 10. Simple. How many people in this room would be happy with an initial 5 to 10,000 per month? Okay. Then we're on the right track. Okay. So, guys, let's look at this number right here. If you take guts and greens, it's $110, right? 4.25% of $110 is half that 9 and change. Let's keep it simple for simple math. I know a lot of people don't like math, but I'm going to keep it simple. Let's call it $5, can we? Simple, because a lot of people buy more, so let's just keep it at that level. $5. 5 is the magic number, right? If you have something to write on, just write down 5. Take out your lipstick, write on your hand, whatever. 5 is the magic number. If you need $5,000 a month, you take the number 5 and divide it into $5,000. What does that leave? Mr. Math?
1,000.
1,000. That means you need 1,000 people in your whole organization, customers and distributors, buying guts and greens to make $5,000 a month. Now guys, 1,000's not a huge number, it's not a small number either. Does that mean you personally have to go and get those 1,000 people?
No.
No. What if you got 10 people that got 100? What if you got 20 people that got 50? What if you got 50 people that got 20? Doesn't matter. Y'all with me? That's how we do this. And if it's 10,000, the number just doubles. Oh, can I let you in on a little secret? These numbers are baloney. Do you know why? Because these numbers are kind of sort of a low average, $110, of what goes on in the United States. That's the other side of the pond. You know what goes on in Australia? 2 to 3 times that number. So what does that mean? Hold on, I got to talk to the math guy. What does that mean? Half to a third of the people. So, bless you, bless you. See, you sneeze when money comes your way. So what does that mean? That means you only need 300 people, technically. We don't like to say that because I like to be very conservative. Not everybody's going to buy $300 worth of stuff, but you never know, okay? So I want you to understand the attainability of what we're dealing with. I want you to understand that everything we're talking about is obtainable to every single person in this room if you want to. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's take it further for a second. Hopefully the internet. Yeah, that's moving on. All right. Guys, let's see what we got. Hi guys out there all across Australia, how are we? Yes. Okay. Manna for you. How many people have seen this site? Yep. Okay. We've done 2 sites. 2 sites. I want to go to the tool site. I'm just going to go to this one. Look it up on your own, because that's for distributors. The Manna for You site is the most incredible due diligence site in the network marketing industry. The tool site is equal, with the exception it's only for distributors. Why? It's the same thing here on the products and so forth side, but it's got 140 tools on it to help you make money. No one's ever done that. This site goes ahead and takes you to a place where it starts out, oops, sorry about that. Hide you guys for a second. You've got an amazing product brochure. How many people have seen this brochure? Is that the most amazing product brochure you've ever seen? I cried when I saw it, I have to tell you, seriously. Because when I talked to design about what I wanted to achieve in that brochure, that's it. It just worked. So it's emailable. You know, yeah, we're going to print it the next little bit. We are, so you can have it and hand it to people. But email it. You know, come on, keep it simple. Don't waste the trees and the resources. Nutrition 101. Everyone needs to watch Nutrition 101. Why? Because it talks about the essence of what's different between manna from heaven and the rest of the world. Y'all with me there? Yes. Number 2, the 6th generation method. The 6th generation method is a little excerpt from this video. It shows specifically, because people ask questions, what about this herb, and what about this herb, and what about this, and what about this, and so on. Any of those what about thises is answered in 7 minutes. So watch that one a couple times, because it shows the difference between the way Josh and his legacy has formulated products and the rest of the world. This is why it works. There's a company called Zyto, Z-Y-T-O. Zyto is the premier testing facility in the world. And what they do is they test nutraceuticals, vitamins, and the like to see their efficacy, how they work, and potency, and all that jazz. President of Zyto called Josh about 6 years ago, had him come in for a quick meeting. And he goes, I just have one question. Why is it, thank you so much, why is it that your products test out between 500% and 800% more effective than anything and everything on the planet?
Stan, there's 2 cups of water on that.
Yeah, thanks. Sideways. Thank you. I have to walk all the way over there again. Thank you. Guys, this is some amazing stuff. So that's just a little tool in that department. Come on, a little bit of that. Okay. It goes through all the products and all the videos and on and on and all the Dr. Flower stuff. So all the questions are right here. It's simple. How many people are aware of this thing called the internet? You go to the www stuff and you type in Manna for You, boom, and people join. At the end of this, at the end of each page, it basically says, okay, you've seen the stuff, let's get busy. Become a distributor, become a customer. Simple. It just leads people down the path. They go ahead and they click right over here. They put in your distributor number, right? And on. Now, I get this pretty much 6 to 10 times a day, where people say, you know what? This is beyond network marketing. This is simpler than network marketing. What are you doing? It's a buying club. You're helping people get healthy by sharing a product, sharing. How many people have ever shared anything in their life? How many people can say, oh my gosh, I tried this particular product, it's changed my life. You need to check it out. That's it. Done. Finished. Network Marketing 101, complete. All right. If you go ahead to continue on this, on the Manna for You, guess what? The 11 Commandments. Ooh, you want to watch that? Okay? This is where all the stuff is. I don't need to go into more detail. Guys, spend the time. Simple. What I want to do is I want to show you how to build an organization, and I'm going to do this rather quickly for you all. It's about, how many people hate being sold? That's it? How many people hate salespeople? Hate all that junk. Okay. Same thing. It's not about selling. It's about sorting. You know what we tend to do, and it's the biggest thing in network marketing, and that is we tend to push too hard. We tend, all the things that you folks have pointed out at the beginning of tonight, that's what happens. It's not the right thing to do. It's let's look at people, and let's look at people who are like-minded to us. Does that make sense? And want to join arm in arm with us across Australia, on into New Zealand and the rest of the world, and be done financially, guys. This is why I'm here in Australia. I want you to be done financially. If it's $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month, we're going to do this. And we're going to do this in 2015. By Christmas, you ain't going to be working if you want to follow this process. Are you on board?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So you can't do it by selling. You got to sort. Well, here's, hit it twice. Here's the oldest analogy in the network marketing industry. You need to assess who your people are. I'm going to move this along. There we go. There's three types of people: red, blue, and green. What's a red? Somebody that's negative on everything that they do. How many people know somebody like that? Now. They say no more than they say yes. A blue is somebody who asks a million questions and is incessant. How many people know somebody like that? Okay. How many people know somebody that no matter what you tell them or what you ask them, they're on board, they're happy to do it, hang out with you, go to the movies, go to whatever you say, they're in. Okay. If I was building a business, which one of those types of people would I want? I would agree with you, except here's the problem. When I train and when I talk to people, you know what everybody's doing? They're trying to convince the reds to change color. Ain't going to happen. A leopard ain't going to change its spots. A zebra is not going to lose its stripes. It's just the way it is. I want you to do an exercise for me. Not now. When you go on. I want you to make a list of 50 people that you know that you would like to approach for Manna. Okay? And next to their name, take a look and see, since you know these people, what configuration they might be. Folks, Michael, you told me this was eye-opening, didn't you? It blew your mind when you did this exercise. And he did this exercise, and he has 300 people in his organization. Gee, I don't know, maybe it might work. I don't know. But it's about like-minded people that their heads move in this direction. If their heads move in this direction, stay away. Now, let me tell you the statistics. If you were to take 100 people. Here's the statistics. 22 would be green. 58 would be red, and the balance would be blue. So, what does that mean? You only want 22 out of 100 people. Simple?
Yeah.
All right. It's, the math is the math is the math. It doesn't change.
That's the 80-20 rule,
The which?
isn't it? The 80-20 rule.
It's the 80-20 rule, except it, you know, it actually works. All right. All right, this just goes into the details that I was telling you, and I want to get through this for you. Sorting. Do not sell anybody on Manna. Do not sell anybody on Manna. Sort through the people and allow the people to come to, send them to the site, mannaforyou.com, let them conduct their own due diligence. This is so cool. When we came up with the idea for the site and for the tool site, there's a little section over there that says, for more information, click here. We get about 10 of those a day. Do you know what every one of the people that go for more information say? Every single one. Hi, I want to be a distributor. Can I get started right now? So we forward them to you guys, you know, they're your people, and, you know, on. All right. That's our numbers. We did this. Okay. You need to know who you're talking to. It's really very simple. There's a statistic out there, and the statistic is we did a study of 1,300 companies throughout America. And these 1,300 companies, we asked them one question. What is your closing ratio? Can anybody tell me what that might be? For all the attempts that you go out to sell somebody something, what do you actually sell? Closing ratio.
10%.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
25%.
5%. 10%.
4%. Probably about 6%.
He's always right, so just whatever he says. You see, we have to put some tape on him because he's always going to give the right answer. Mike out. It's 25%. 1 out of 4. Do you know why? Anybody? You know why? Here it is. Here's the secret. No, it's really very simple. Because, and there's 100 and some odd books on this subject. Pick one. The one I like the best is Personality Plus by Florence Lecter. That's the one I like. It says that there's 4 types of personalities. Okay? The reason it's 25% is because you have a particular personality. You have a particular, they might be the same, they might be different. You're going to attract the same. So you're going to close the same type of people. Does that make sense? The secret is when you figure out what this is, you can close everybody, right? Simple. The analogy that's used for this is simple and straightforward. We use fish or mammals. There's a dolphin. A dolphin wants to have fun all the time. How many people are like that? There are dolphins back here. I know there's one back there. I saw her. You can tell dolphin because they're always talking about the weekend vacations, sports they're playing, and so on. They usually wear bright colors. They may have a bit of money, motivation, but it's all about go play. If they have a motor home, they're a dolphin. Shark. Money, 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 money. It's all about money. Shark, it's about the money. You can tell a shark because they're always talking about stock market, investments, that type of thing. They usually wear red and black. What profession is always a shark? It's an attorney. Urchin. What's an urchin? Well, that's somebody about facts and figures, right, Michael? You can tell an urchin by them, making lists. They track everything. Is this ringing any bells for people? They're very low-key dressers. They have a bit of money motivation, but it's all on spreadsheets. The count is typically a nurture, right? Is this clearing up some stuff for you guys? Hopefully. Then you got a whale. Okay. A whale just wants to help people. Hey, healers, raise your hand. You guys are whales. You know, they're helping. They usually wear browns and, you know, healing colors. They may have a little bit of money motivation, but it's always about helping people. Now, could you be half and half or crossover and so on? Of course you can. But let's say that you want to talk to somebody on your list that's a shark. Unless you're talking money, 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 they're not hearing you. If you're talking to a healer and you're talking money, 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 they're not hearing you. It's about helping people. If you're talking, ladies, how many ladies in this room, be honest, like to nurture, like to help people? Dang, it's just about everyone. Gee. So anything other than helping and nurturing and doing that, you're not hearing, right? Same thing with guys. This is why there's guy talk and girl talk. You know, give it to me in guy speak or give it to me in girl speak. It's all about that. Study this a little bit and you will have a massive organization because it's that simple and straightforward. Okay, I'm not going to cover this today because this is not real important. Okay, always recruit up. What does that mean? You want to build a big organization, you need to find somebody that wants to work. You need to find somebody that wants to do something. You need to find somebody that's effectively better than you. Is that okay? No ego, it doesn't matter. You know? My very first attempt at network marketing was with a company called ACN, American Communications. Anybody ever heard of it? Yeah, they're big in Australia right now, or have been. I got into that company because my partner at the time's girlfriend's son called me up, 19-year-old kid, and said, please come. I really, really need you to come to this thing. And I said, of course I'll do that. Made sense. Had to cough up $500, coughed up $500, which went somewhere else, which never saw. And I went to this convention. And it was kind of cool. It was rah-rah, all that stuff, you know, boring. But I noticed something very interesting. There was this section in front of the entire arena that was roped off. This was the VIPs, aka the regional vice presidents, the people that were, you know, top of the company making all the money. And I just was looking at this and I knocked over a little roping thing that, you know, ropes out the area. And it knocked over a chair and some guy's portfolio fell on the floor. And I picked it up and shook it out and put it back on the chair. Well, I couldn't help notice there was a copy of a check from 2 weeks prior. And I looked at this amount and I go, oh, you've got to be kidding me. This is a big check, relatively speaking. I waited for an hour and a half till the guy who was sitting in that chair came back, because I wanted to see what he looked like, he or she. I go, oh, heck no. There's no way. If this guy can make this, I can make 4 times that. Really. But anyway, the point of it was this. I did. I went to the top of the company. I became regional vice president, number 72 in ACN. My guy, my 19-year-old kid, made between $5,000 and $16,000 each and every month. Is that okay? Wow. Let me say that again. This 19-year-old kid made between $5,000 and $16,000 or $17,000, something like that, $1,000 per month on my efforts. He never sponsored anyone else. How many of you all would want me in your organization? Okay, if you understand the concept of someone better than you. That's it. Not that I would be better than you in any other way other than I would go do it regardless, you know? And, you know, I would just grab you, I would pick you up, I would move you over here, I would set you down, don't move, let me go. And I would just do it. And we can do this together. This is why I'm here, right now. I'm here to help you get me, not me, but people like me in your organizations. Is that okay? Yeah. I can talk to speak, I've got the credibility, and make it happen. So always recruit up. Because here's what we tend to do. Whoops, wrong way. We tend to recruit down. If we have people at a substantially lower socioeconomic level than ourselves, what's going to happen? Nothing. It's going to stop. So always reach for the sky and put those people on your list because we're going to help you get them. Now, here's how we do this. We do what's referred to as a three-way call. Get with the person who sponsored you or get some help, or call the office and get me on the phone. If it's somebody, don't put me on with the, you know, well, whatever. Don't put me on with somebody that's not substantial in any way, shape, or form. Go ahead and kind of utilize my time for the bigger fish, you know, the dolphins, whatever, the big fish, okay? Just seriously. You can call the office, we'll do that anytime. But here's how this works. Whoops. We do a three-way call. That's you, that's your prospect, and that's the expert. It could be me, it could be your upline, it could be your downline, it could be your sideline. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not you telling that person, man, it's great, you can make a lot of money. So, well, you made a lot of money? Well, no. It doesn't work because they know who you are. They know that you're not an expert in this dynamic. So you have to take it off of yourself. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. So, let me give you an example of this. When I was regional vice president in ACN, I never stopped talking to people every day. I never stopped recruiting. Every single opportunity, at every shop, every situation, whatever it was, I took advantage of it. I talked to everybody. I had no friends for 3 years because they would never go out to dinner with me because I talked to everybody. So, the interesting thing I did, I had this one guy that seemed to be pretty good. Well, I'm a regional vice president. There's only 71 other people in the world like me out of 790 or almost 800,000 people. But if I would have taken this person and said, hey, I'm this regional vice president, I make all this money, and so on, what would have happened to that individual? He would have died because he's not me. He's not a regional vice president. I have to set somebody up with the appropriate tools to do this and duplicate it for themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did was I called one of my downline and said, hey, would you mind doing a three-way call? Happy to. You're regional vice president. Yeah. I better do a good job, otherwise, you know. Yeah, anyway, so that's what happened. And the event that was the next event that we put that person to was a meeting kind of like this, you know, 100 people in the room, and so on. And it was so funny. Seriously, I almost lost my cookies on this one. I was laughing so hard, and I couldn't even look at it. I was internalizing it. We always had this lovely lady introduce the speaker, always. And it was very articulate, it was very structured, and so on. This person, you know, has achieved the top position in this company, yada, 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 blah, 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 all this stuff. Can you please give this person the respect that he deserves? Regional Vice President, Mr. Stan Kastleman. Everyone was standing up. This guy sat down, missed a chair, right on the floor. It was hysterical. Front row, boom. Afterwards, he came over to me and said, why didn't you tell me? I'm in. Why didn't you tell me? I said, because if I did, you would be absolutely unable to do this because you're not a regional vice president. Because that makes sense. Because the secret of the success is duplication. Okay, I'm going to give you one particular, straightforward, direct tool for building your business and taking 100 people to 1,000 people like this in the next 30 days. How many people are on board with that? Cool. Provided they're all under you, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Let me ask that again. I got nothing out of that one. Provided they're all under you. Yes? Yes. Okay. I just want to double check. All right. Here's the simple, most straightforward, easy thing to do. How many people have ever invited anybody over to their house for dinner? Or hang out for a movie? Or a drink? Or whatever. You know, come watch a sporting event. Whatever it is. Invite somebody to their house. You all?
Yes.
Okay, good. We have a process called the private business reception, PBR. Okay? The PBR is one of the best tools and easiest to use in network marketing. You go ahead, you invite 5 to 10 people to your house. Can anybody do that? Okay. Can anybody turn on your TV or your computer to play a video? Okay. Yes. Somebody can do that. You go ahead and you play a video for these people. Can anybody tell me what this video might be entitled? It's going to be Nutrition 101 or the 11 Commandments. Now, personally, here's my opinion. I would pick a short video that's a product video, like Noggin. It's 6-7 minutes. It kind of gets the point across. Josh does an amazing job. Short, right? And the 11 Commandments, because that shows the heart of what this company is all about. Does that make sense? That's 32 minutes. So 32 plus 6 or 7 minutes, so you're at about 45 minutes, right? Okay. So, you have 5 people in a room, or 10. Let's just say 5. Keep it simple. 5 people in your lounge room. And you go ahead and you play these videos. Now, here's what a lot of people are doing. Say, hey, you got to watch Nutrition 101 before you get here. Okay? Here's what's going to happen. Some will, and some won't. It doesn't matter. Because here's what's going to happen. Out of the 5 people there, 2 to 3 minimum are going to have watched it. Fair enough to say? And they're going to talk the accolades of that video to the rest, and it's not going to matter. Okay? So, you have these people in your lounge room. We go ahead and we play those videos, and here's what you do. You call the office, and you schedule in 10 minutes with some crazy guy that flies around the world to see all of you and surprises you in the process. And we get on for 10 minutes, and guess what happens? Say it again.
They sign in, all of them.
All of them sign in. How many people have had that experience in their lounge room? Okay? All of them sign in. Over the last, I'm going to say 8 weeks, I think it's a little bit longer. 8 weeks that we've been tracking, probably 10, somewhere around there. Every single PBR, private business reception, that we've got online, and I get on, really, 10 minutes. It might be 20, if you have 10 people, it'll be a little bit longer. I'm going to answer every single person's question before I hang up, but I do it very quickly. They're all in. Guess what happens? What do we do with those 5 people?
We do the same thing for them.
We do the same thing for them the following week, have them each have a private business reception with 5 people. Assuming they do it, because everyone's not going to do it, right? Assuming they do it, and they have the exact same amount of people, what's the net effect to you a week later? How many people do you have new in your organization?
25.
25 people. So what do we do with those 25 people?
The same
The
again.
exact same thing again, again, again. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. There's only 24 hours in the day. And right now I'm on your side of the pond, so we're all at the same clock. But over there, right now, it's, oh, God knows, it's about 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. Okay? Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You know why? Because that's why I'm here. I'm here so you can look at my face, so you can look me in the eye, the same way that this company started, and you can see that I'm deadly serious on what I'm saying. Wake me up for 10 minutes. I don't really care. We're going to do this together for the time being. Okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. Guys, I'm going to leverage my time because obviously, according to scheduling, I'm going to have 6 of you at once on this video. Hi, guys. On this webinar at the same time. So I'm going to do it all at once. I'm not going to do it individually. Okay? So you all with me in that regard? That's how simple this is. So you take those 25 people and you duplicate that a week later. What happens then? How many people do you have following you? Mike out? 125. And the next week? And the next week, you get the drift. That's why what I shared with you here is obtainable. Is it easy? No. No. It's simple, but it's not easy. Because it actually you have to actually do something to achieve it. Is everyone here going to achieve it and do it? No, they're not. Come on, guys. Really? Are you kidding? I'm here to find out who is and who will. Those are the people we're going to be working with directly to achieve that success and help you build a substantial organization. Does that make any sense? It makes a lot of sense. That's it. That's how simple Manna is to utilize. All of these tools here that I shared with you, are they Manna tools? No. They've been around for almost 2 generations in the network marketing arena. It's just reaching into the toolbox and let's get busy. You know, a lot of people say, hey, there's this thing, it's called Twitter. Let's go tweet. And there's this thing called, I was going to use another word. There's this thing, stockbook. You know.
In Facebook.
Yeah, all of that jazz. Right? Does that work? Not really. Why? Because this is about people. This is about the term is belly to belly sales. It's about sharing with people that you know. Does that make sense? So please think about it that way. If you want to build a massive organization, just follow these tools and these simple things. And let's get busy. Let's walk across Australia. And as I put it, let's kick some butt and take some names. And let's get you off of your jobs. 2 additional things. Number 1, tomorrow night in the Gold Coast, the Women's Financial Directive. Folks, if you have any women that have had abuse, financial abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, you need to talk to them about that. You need to send a link or send them to mannaforyou.com so they can see what's going on, how are we going to do it. Or put them in your car and drive up to the Gold Coast. Whatever. That's what I would do. Because it's life-changing. I have talked to so many women throughout Australia that have issues. And the issue would be resolved with $1,000 a month passive residual income. For all of you that show up, there's this band. Notice all these bands. It says 1,000 women to $1,000 a month residual income in 2015. And engraved on the inside, it says abuse will not be tolerated. So y'all get one of those tomorrow night, so come on down. But anyway, that's tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do is hopefully more or less exactly what I did here in Brisbane on Thursday night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending time. I'm here for any questions that you have.